Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Aisha Wali, and today I am conduct a session with the ChatGPT, how to set achievable goals and stay motivated. It's my topic name. So let's start. We add first of all we add ChatGPT and hi, how are you?
Hey, I'm here and ready to help. What's on your mind today?
Okay, today my topic is how to set achievable goals and stay positive, stay
Great topic.
motivated.
Of course. So, a simple way to keep it clear is something like setting achievable goals starts with being specific, realistic, and time bound. Break big dreams into small steps, track progress regularly, and celebrate each milestone. Hashtag goal setting, achieve your dreams.
Okay, so my first question is what does I mean to set achievable goals?
Good question. So, when we talk about achievable goals, we mean setting targets that are realistic given your current resources, time, and skills. Instead of vague or overwhelming ambitions, you break them down into steps that you can realistically reach. So each win builds confidence and keeps you on track. Does that help clarify it?
Yeah, so why is goal setting important for success?
That's a great follow up. Goal setting is so important because it gives you direction and focus. Without clear goals, it's easy to feel lost or unmotivated. Goals help you prioritize your actions, measure progress, and keep you accountable. So you're more likely to succeed.
Okay, so how can we set realistic and achieve, how can we set realistic approach?
Yeah, so a realistic approach means starting with a clear understanding of your current situation. Think about what resources you have, like time, skills, or finances, and keep your goals within that boundary. Also, set a timeline that's challenging but not overwhelming, so you can build momentum without burning out.
So what role does planning play in achieving goals?
Planning is absolutely key. It's like your roadmap, it turns those big goals into manageable steps. By planning, you figure out what needs to happen first, anticipate obstacles, and create a timeline. Without a plan, even good goals can feel out of reach, so it really anchors your progress.
Yes. So how can we stay motivated while working towards our goals?
Staying motivated often comes down to celebrating small wins and staying connected to your why. Keep a visual reminder like a vision board so you see why you started. And if you hit a slump, break tasks down into even smaller steps just to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, so what role does planning play? Like, how can we breaking
Ah,
goals into smaller steps help us?
exactly. When you break big goals into smaller bite sized steps, each one feels more doable and you can celebrate progress along the way. It also helps you stay organized and focused. So, planning is basically the map that guides you through each milestone until you reach your goal.
So, what is the difference between short term and long term goals?
Great distinction. Short term goals are those you can achieve in the near future. Think days, weeks, or a few months. While long term goals stretch over a year or more. Short term goals keep you moving forward step by step, while long term goals give you that big picture vision. Both are crucial.
Um, so, how can tracking progress improve motivation?
Yeah, tracking progress is super motivating because it gives you a sense of accomplishment. When you see how far you've come, whether it's a checklist, a journal, or an app, those small wins build confidence. Plus, it helps you adjust if things aren't going as planned, keeping you on track in the long run.
Yeah. So, what technique can help us in the to stay consistent?
One really effective technique is creating a routine or habit stack. Basically, you tie your goal related tasks to something you already do daily. Another trick is to set reminders or even accountability partners so you check in regularly with someone or a tool to keep you on track. Consistency grows from those small daily habits.
Yeah. So, what advice would you give to someone struggling to stay motivated and
Yeah, I'd say start really small. Don't wait until you feel fully motivated. Just take one tiny action today and then pair that with a reward, something you enjoy, so your brain links progress to a positive feeling. And be kind to yourself. It's a journey.
yeah? So, how important is self belief in reaching our goals?
Oh, it's huge. Self belief is really the fuel that keeps you going, especially when things get tough. If you truly believe you can succeed, you're more likely to take risks, bounce back from setbacks, and keep that momentum going. So it's definitely a foundational piece.
Yeah, so how can we overcome challenges and obstacles?
Yeah, so overcoming challenges really comes down to a few things. First, reframe setbacks as learning opportunities. Then, break the problem down. Identify smaller steps you can take. And don't be afraid to ask for help or adapt your approach. Flexibility is key.
So, what is a positive mindset help in achieving goals?
Absolutely. A positive mindset is like a mental fuel. It keeps you focused on possibilities rather than limitations. When you approach goals with optimism, you're more resilient. So even if things get hard, you keep going and you spot solutions more easily along the way.
Yeah, so how can what are the common reasons people lose motivation?
Yeah, a lot of times people lose motivation because goals feel too big or vague, or maybe they hit a rough patch and get discouraged. Burnout's another big one. If you push too hard too fast, it's easy to lose that spark.
Yeah. So, tell me, how can we stay motivated? Because each and every time it's not possible. But and every person I think have different motivations. So tell me.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And you're right. Motivation isn't one size fits all. So I'd say experiment with what works for you. Maybe it's revisiting your why regularly, creating a reward system, or even just being flexible with yourself on tough days. The key is to keep adjusting until you find what sparks you.
Yeah. So, which things we should in our top of the list, which with the help to taking our to achieving our goals.
Ah, definitely. So I'd say keep your top three things really front and center, like your key daily or weekly habits, your deadlines, and any checkpoints you set. Also, regularly remind yourself of your big why this goal matters to you, so you can stay connected to that bigger purpose.
Yeah. So, like every person have different motivation. So, what is the basic or the main step in which every person can take motivation?
Yeah, absolutely. I think at the core, it's about having a clear personal connection to the goal, something that really matters to you. When you tie goals to your values or a deeper purpose, that intrinsic motivation tends to drive you, regardless of the external ups and downs.
Yeah. So, tell me, if student have how want to achieve their goals, what should he or she what should do?
Yeah, for a student, I'd say start by setting clear, specific academic or personal goals. Break them down into manageable steps, like weekly tasks, and use a planner to stay organized. Stay flexible, track your progress, and don't forget to balance rest so you don't burn out. And if something feels off, don't be afraid to adjust your approach.
Can you tell me again?
Of course. So for a student, the key is to set clear, specific goals, whether they're academic, personal, or both. Then break them down into smaller, actionable steps. Keep a schedule or planner and track your progress regularly. And remember, be flexible. If something isn't working, adjust your approach and give yourself breaks too.
Yeah, but sometimes if we didn't achieve their goal, what should we do?
Yeah, that's totally okay. If you don't reach a goal, don't be too hard on yourself. Take a step back, reflect on what happened, and adjust your plan if needed. Sometimes goals just need a different timeline or a slight shift in strategy. Keep going. You're still moving forward.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. It's a wonderful experience to conduct session with you next time.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed our conversation as well. Whenever you're ready next time, I'll be here. Take care.
Take care.